What's going on, y'all? Man. So, season 16, episode 3, Grey's Anatomy, Reunited. Well, this episode was not quite as fun. It was kind of a boring filler episode to give us a little insight on how the season will go. So, it was just, it was a little filler. So, this ain't gonna be a long review. It's gonna be really, really short. So we start off with Vic and Jackson Avery, taking a hike. Let's just go ahead and knock them out. So basically, she goes to a fire. She comes and gets stitches. And then she runs into Maggie. And, that was awkward. I'll say that was awkward. That was really awkward. Yeah, but I really like where this is going. I like this. But I just, when it's those crossover relationships, you don't get as much as you do as when it's all on one show. Because they're kind of splitting that into two, so you're not really seeing everything. Like, I've seen this happen in the past, like on Chicago Fire, Chicago PD. You don't get like a full insight into the relationship that way, and it's very. I don't know how I feel about that. I do like them together though. But I don't know how I feel about this crossover relationship of two shows. So we'll see how that goes. Next, Amelia is keeping the baby. That was a question that I kind of didn't know for sure what they were going to do. She's keeping the baby. She told everybody, or not everybody, she told Meredith and that she was keeping the baby, and then Link had already told Joe in last week's episode that they were going to have the baby and blah, blah, blah. So I'm excited to see where this is going to go. It can't go anywhere but good. I really hope that they don't play any games with this and mess this up. I would not be very happy at all. I won't be happy about that. So then we have Dr. Meredith Gray, working on an article. I'm excited. That's got me excited about next week's episode, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So Joe's doing this surgery and she needs Dr. Gray's help, right? And because the patient wants Dr. Gray because it was her patient, and it kind of just goes with the whole episode. It's like, a lot of those residents and interns are there because they wanted to work with Dr. Gray. And it's kind of cool to see, that Dr. Bailey, once again, is, on the other side of this. She's like back in season 8, after Meredith Gray messed with the Alzheimer's trial. And Bailey and her didn't talk for a while, and I think it was the episode where Meredith felt the baby kick for the first time. She thought something was wrong because she had a miscarriage before, and that's when they finally started talking again. So I feel like something dramatic's gotta happen again for them to start talking. Like, she's got a kid named after Bailey. So, they can't go forever not talking. That's like, a big sister, auntie type to her. So, eventually they'll be back cool again. So, we got Whitley on the show this week. Her name ain't Whitley, I know it ain't, but, that's always going to be Whitley to me. Talking with Dr. Weber. So, that's something that, you know, Richard Weber falling back into his old ways. Will he cheat on his wife? Will he cheat on his wife? I am interested to see how this will go. I'm just really questioning this. Like, will Richard Weber fall back into his old ways? Um, I just don't know. I don't know how this is gonna go. Um, but I like seeing Jasmine Guy on this show. That was, you know, it's not bad. She's not bad on there. It's different. I think she was on there like last season or a couple seasons ago. I don't know. I can't remember correctly, but she was like one of his alcoholic AA meeting friends, I guess. So then we got the cast from the past, right? And then we got the charmed Alyssa Milano. I love her. I can't. It's Alyssa Milano. It's Alyssa Milano. I don't know. And then Arya's mom. You know, I don't know her name, but Arya from Pretty Little Liars. The character, her mom that played her mom on there. She's from Charm. Those two on there were from there. And it was pretty cool to see. Side note, how many of y'all have seen anything from Cast from the Past this week? This is the first one that I've actually... Oh no, I did see... I don't know if they did it on The Good Doctor or not. I don't pay attention. But I know they did it on The Rookie and they brought the characters back from Castle. But I didn't watch that. I haven't even watched any of the episodes from season 2 of The Rookie yet. I need to get caught up. But, anyway, so yeah, the Cast from the Past, it was a cool little scene, cool little storyline, what they did, you know. They thought their sister was dying, but then it turned out it wasn't even really their sister. So it kind of gave them a second chance, you know. That's just something for everybody to see, you know. Don't take life for granted, don't take your family for granted. That was a really cool thing to see. Let's see here. So the little cool storyline with the old people was pretty cool. How they met when he was on tour in the army or whatever he was in. He was in the service and he met the Vietnamese woman, I believe. So Vietnam. He was in Vietnam. And now they fell in love, and then they came 60 years later, and they reconnected because she's cyber stalking him, right? And she sees him on that he's having surgery, so she's trying to get to the hospital, and she's calling Bird, 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 Bird. And then finally sees him, she's like, Bird, Bird, my bird. So that worked out pretty well. That was a cute little story that they threw in. Also, what I like seeing Teddy back at the hospital and everything. I like to see that Hunt is gonna be staying home with the baby, because he's sick of dealing with Tom Karastik, which I'm sick of him. He's petty Betty, doing a restraining order with somebody who works in a hospital. Is stupid. You know, get over it. It was an accident. He didn't do it on purpose. You're the one that's bitter because he took your woman from you. So that's the real problem here. So we know that's the issue. So, you know, that was real petty Betty of him. Pretty much. Oh, Bailey fires the Indian girl because she wants Dr. Gray. And seeing Jill handle that, seeing Jill handle her and, you know, handling her first major surgery as an attending after coming back from a mental breakdown, it was pretty cool to see. So yeah, so like I said, the episode wasn't even that long. It wasn't too much that went into it, but I'm excited to see next week's episode because once Dr. Gray's article comes out, I'm excited to see how this turn of events, how this happens. I don't know, like, what's gonna happen. So I'm excited to see that. Overall, the episode was cool. You know, every episode is something you need to pay attention to. Every episode on Grey's Anatomy, because they all it all adds up, and you need to know everything that happens in every episode to, because like I just was thinking back to season 8, I could think back to season 8 just like I can think back to season 4. Like, you need to know these things. I've been watching this forever. I've seen every season at least 6 times. At least 6 times all seasons, but I know I've seen the later, from like season 6 to season 12, I've seen like probably 12 times. So, yeah, so just gotta pay attention. Even on the boring episodes, it all comes up and adds up, and it means something, I'm telling you. So yeah, anyways, that was the episode. Can't wait to see what happens next week. Yeah, so like, follow, subscribe, do what you gonna do. Comment below. Hit me up next week. I'll see y'all then. Peace out, G. Bye-bye.